Hey guys, how's it going today? Welcome to a brand new series of a brand new game that just came out last week called Surviving the Abyss. Now, I know that this video came out a little bit late. My apologies. The previous video that I had that was of this game ended up getting corrupted, and the rendering it was impossible. Tried to edit around it, all sorts of other stuff. Yeah, nothing was working. So we're gonna start over, brand new series and also brand new recording, and jump into this. I have played a little bit of this prior to that recording as well, so it's not like I'm fresh out of the woodwork, I guess, for this game. I know a little bit about it, and I know not necessarily tips and tricks, but you know, I'm able to survive a little bit. So let's go ahead and start a new game, and we will just do new game. We don't need the introduction objectives. I realized I forgot as well. I forgot a drink for this episode, so my mouth might get dry.
1956, much came to be known about the structure of DNA and the human genome. The possibility of cloning a human being was becoming a reality, as our brightest minds raced to be the first to complete the endeavor. After a few short years, scientists reported the first promising results. A human being was cloned for the first time. The celebrations, however, were short-lived. The test subjects were unstable, their DNA damaged by the cloning process. All died within days. Moral objections to the technology turned to public outrage. Outrage turned to protests, and eventually protests turned to riots. Publicly, the research was discontinued. The military, however, was quick to understand the strategic potential of this research. Why stop at recreating life when it could be improved? Plans were drawn up to continue the research in total secrecy, far from the prying eyes of the world, deep below the surface of the ocean. The sea floor provides access to new, highly adapted life forms and ample DNA for experimentation. But the deep sea environment presents a significant challenge. You have been selected to lead a team of the best and brightest. The lives of the crew are in your hands.
Fantastic. So this game is also, I didn't really give you guys any heads up of what this game is kind of like. So this game is also very similar to Frostpunk. There's a few differences between Frostpunk and this. One of the biggest differences, in my opinion, is the map size. So the map size is basically all like kind of just all the way out here and stuff. We have very, what? Did I get stuck somehow? We have a lot of space to work with. And the way we can branch out is basically providing light for us to build things and be able to see things that are in that area. We also need to do like sonar stuff. So for us to do exploration, we also have to get the sonar tower. And then there's also the submarine factory, but that's going to be a lot later, I think. So to begin with, we definitely need to worry about providing things for our civilization. So right up here, we've got the population. Up here, we've got the food and the type of genomes. This is going to come in a little bit later. This is the main way of reproducing and creating new people, is by cloning and such. Scrap steel, also steel. It doesn't have to be scrap steel, kind of a misconception with the naming, but concrete, quartz glass, iron, aluminum, copper, lead, and coal, and then oil as well. And we've got several different stockpiles. We've got power, we have life support, population stuff, all that good stuff. Up here, we've got power, oxygen, and then also the research data that we have currently. And then down here we have kind of these different lenses to help us out with seeing different things. And it's really cool how this game also provides information on different grids. So here we can see right now that we only have grid A, but when we make another grid, which we will be doing very shortly, it'll have another grid called grid B, and it will tell you, you know, the needs and the production of those grids. So the first thing that we are going to want to set up is a mining relay. So this mining relay allows us to go out and mine various things that are out here. And we can actually see that this one looks really good. There's basically everything that we could possibly ask for in this mining relay. So let's go ahead and make one right here. And now we need to select how many subs we want to go towards this mining relay. Right now, we only have 3 subs. And so we're going to go ahead and do 2 to the mine all action, and that's going to proceed to mine every single possible thing. It kind of has a different, I'm not sure if it's like random of what they choose, but they do have like some sort of specific way of going through these to mine until they're depleted. And then we also want one on coal, just to make sure that we don't run out of coal. And, you know, we can continuously keep the lights on, because when the lights go off, the oxygen goes off. So that's good. And yeah, so let's go and get actually building some stuff. So the first thing that we want is a coal generator. Now you also could see that this coal generator, it affects 2 things. The building function gives us the power output of +20, but also it impacts our air quality by -10. So right now our air quality is 100%. So I mean, our air quality is doing fantastic, and it's going to even do better once we get another oxygen generator. So let's go ahead and get a power generator, and we are going to just place this. So with these, yeah, these sometimes are a little bit of a pain because every single building has their own orientation, and this orientation you can see is directly, you know, it's not diagonal of the grid, it's you know, well, not perpendicular, but parallel to the grid. And so that aligns with this one the best. So I guess we can go ahead and do that. We could also rotate this and then align it to this one, which I think that's actually what we're going to do, because I kind of like the power generation being down here. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we can make a tunnel from there to here. And when I hit play, we'll have our 3 mining subs are going to go out. So these are our 3 mining subs, and our 2 construction submarines are going to then help construct. Now we also want to build another life support as well. So I'm going to go and build this right outside of the coal generator, just so that way they're kind of close. We don't have to make too long of power cables and all that good stuff. And now we just need a cable to run from the power generator to the oxygen generator. All right, let's go and hit play and watch everything go. All right, so far we have 12 crew that are unemployed. We have 1 generator without power lines that is going to be fixed soonish. And we have an inbox. We have a message. All right, greetings, Overseer. This message is from the command station, 7,861 meters above you. We hope you get settled in okay. In the coming days and weeks, you'll need to figure out how to supply power, oxygen, and food, and get a stable supply of fuel and building materials. Once basic infrastructure is established, our first big milestone will be a fully functional cloning lab. Good luck, Overseer. The work you're undertaking will benefit all humanity. Alright, so that is fantastic, I guess. That's good. And we are also losing power currently, so that is not ideal. I think that might be due to subs, actually. I don't actually know why we're losing power. That's actually, I don't remember subs taking. Well, so power grid B is the one that's under power demand. So I don't know if that's just kind of a bug right now because the oxygen generator is not built yet, because that is the same amount. Not really sure, but everything should be good now. Yeah, okay. So that is very good. Now, also, something else that I think is a little weird. Power supply is 16. But didn't it say 20? Power output plus 20. Yeah, that's odd. I don't know, there might be a bug with that. I'm not sure. While prior experiments in cloning led to test subjects who suffered from poor health, malnutrition, and could only undertake the simplest of tasks, your work down here could fix this. We can fix this. The time has come. Open the cloning interface, add the desired genomes to the sequence, and begin the cloning process. Well, we are not there yet. The game is a little ahead of us. We've opted to send down an additional 4 crew members to assist your endeavors. Fantastic. Before we send them down, we expect the food situation to be stable and adequate housing facilities to be available. 2 living quarters and a stockpile of 75 food will ensure you can sustain the larger workforce. Okay, fantastic. So we've got a few new things that we need to do. So we need to build 2 living quarters, we need to stockpile 75 food, and we also need to create the first clone. So let's go ahead and figure out what we need for the population. So living quarters, I mean, we have everything that we need right now. And I would like for these living quarters to be kind of far away. Well, not exactly far away, but on the opposite side, just to make things a little bit nicer, in my opinion. And also it makes it so that the poor air quality doesn't necessarily go through the whole thing. It's going to take a little bit of time to reach the living quarters. So let's go and build these out here. And we'll build a tunnel. Perfect. And we will also build another living quarters. And we'll just do it right next to each other. And that's fine. All right. Overseer, we have the utmost faith in you to lead this mission. But a project like this requires many great minds. We're planning to send down a specialist engineer to assist with the setup of the facility. Before we give the go-ahead, we need to see progress. Stockpile 80 coal to ensure the continued success of the mission. Okay, that's perfectly fine. We are currently gathering 9 every day and only consuming 3. So I'd say that we're at a really good point for that. So that's not bad at all. Now, all of these things are going to eat up the power pretty quickly, so we might need to get another power generator soon, but hopefully not too soon. All right, so I'm gonna extend this out to here as well, just to provide us power for right now. At some point, we might have these as separate grids. Now, the next thing that we need to think about is food. Now, for food, we are going to have to do some research. Luckily, we do have the 60. So we are going to need a carbohydrate farm. This is like the simplest of a kitchen that we could possibly ask for. It makes a low quality food, which isn't ideal. So right now we have 59 high quality food, and we definitely want to make sure that we supply high quality food as much as we possibly can. But for right now, low quality food is going to have to suffice. So let's go ahead and get to the carbohydrate farm. And let's see here. We are going to need the coal extractor at some point, but I'm going to leave that for right now. docks aren't too bad either, but docks are going to be something that we get much, much later. So, all right. So we have the carbohydrate farms. So let's start with those, and those should line up here. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. And we'll go out. Yeah, we'll go out to here and make a tunnel. Ah, shoot, I didn't mean to make a junction. That's not what I wanted. All right, and I think we just need one carbohydrate farm right now. Actually, we might need two. They kind of make that's something that's kind of weird about this game, is you can see here that it makes 1 per 12 seconds. Well, how many seconds are there in a day? It would be much more valuable to know how much, you know, quality, like how much food it's making per day versus how many seconds it takes to make food. That's just weird to me, but we'll see. We'll see if this makes enough. I don't think it will. But the next thing does not require any manpower, and that is the sonar tower. And this has a pretty big radius, as you can see. Now we want to make a few of these, kind of, sort of. Ideally, what we would do is we would place one in the center, and then when we go out and explore, we can make further ones that are out here. You know, as you can see, that radius all around. But the best way to actually do this is to go all the way out like this, and then also go all the way out, you know, on the opposite side. It's not ideal because there's so much overlap between the two, but it's the fastest way to grow and the fastest way to, you know, do stuff. So that's basically what we're gonna do. And all right, so the carbohydrate farm is up and running. Let's see how much food it's producing per day. So it's 10. So I guess that means that there's 120 seconds in a day. So I guess that's a good thing to note. All right, so we'll get another carbohydrate farm. And I also want to check population. So employed crew is at 7, unemployed is at 5. So that means we'll have enough for one more carbohydrate farm, and then we'll have 3 left over. And that 3 is going to either be, oof, this is kind of where we might need to make a decision, because it takes, so 2 are required at the cloning lab, and then also 2 is also required, no, not marine stabilizer, that's not what I wanted. I needed research. So 2 is also required for the basic research lab. So we can have a little bit of play, just a smidge. And then also oxygen too. Oxygen's okay for right now. So that is fine. And in fact, if power, how would power be if we, power required 5, cloning lab, power required 8. So the cloning lab takes a lot more, but the cloning lab also gives us more people. So that is probably the more important one. And we only have 10 power now. So let's go ahead and build ourselves a cloning lab. Let's go ahead and build a little bit of a science section. So what we're going to do is we're going to build out a junction. So we're going to build out a junction to here. And then build that to there. And then we're going to build out a science area. So we'll have a cloning lab that'll be either straight out, or we could also put it out to the side. Let's go out to the side. I kind of like that. And let's rotate it to base that way. Yeah, let's do that. And then there's also a few other things that we are going to need to do. Oh, I also forgot about the sonar tower. How much power is this needing? 2. Okay, that's actually not as bad as I thought. And that's gonna work out perfectly. So let's go and build a power line to the sonar tower. All right. So we have a few options with the sonar tower. So we have the fuel beacon, we have the resource beacon, point of interest beacon, and the habitat beacon. So the habitat beacon finds local habitats that are going to be in the area. The point of interest beacon finds point of interest. Resource beacon finds all of the various resources, and the fuel beacon finds all of the various fuel that we could potentially find. So the first thing that we are going to want is the habitat, because we need to find some genomes to be able to produce clones at our cloning center. So so far we can kind of see that, you know, a lot of this, it's gonna be high. It's high. Wait, it was high somewhere. Right here. So let's go and place that right there, and we'll see how much it finds. Okay, so we have a uncommon habitat here, and geez, what the heck? I don't know if I've seen this screen before. Okay, so we have a few habitats around. Actually, we have quite a few. So that's really good to see. In fact, we have some that are right outside of the vision here. Alert oxygen usage almost at full capacity. I think we're good. Oxygen demand is 7. We are supplying 10. I think we're okay. But I think that is going to be where we're going to leave it off for this episode, because we're kind of at a good place, and we have current oxygen, you know, is good. Cloning lab, I don't know why it's not being supplied with not oxygen, but with power. Crew relations, 20, okay. And we also have the, okay, so we still have 7 unemployed crew. So I guess we actually do have enough for some more power, but that'll be in the next episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, I hope this helped with starting up a new base, I suppose, and surviving the abyss. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode.